Leave you laid out on the floor, try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more, claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world combat sports, talking way too much, world combat sports, talking way too much, world combat sports.
Well, shout out to the hottest chat in the MFN game. Once again, we back at it. 2025. We're about to close out February, heading to March for a big fight between El Chin Checker Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach. This is the next in line to admire as a boxing fan. And also we have some fights on the undercard. We cannot just exclude that. We have some fights on the undercard. So let me just let you take a peek at those fights before we get into the wickets of Gervonta Davis. Shakur Stevenson admission and interview, did a very good interview about his hand post-fight. It was a good interview. I think it was one of Shakur's better interviews. To be honest with you, I thought it was one of his better interviews. Okay, so let me drop this on you, because you know we've been critical of PBC now. Let me drop this. It's almost like they've been around the world and back. I can't find my. Shit. I'm about to post this fight card up here. PBC say, man, y'all tripping. Y'all got us messed up. We coming hizzy hard. You know, PBC coming hizzy hard with this fight card. For real. Check this fight card out, y'all. Check this thing out right quick. Check that out right there, man. Man, check that out. Let's go over this right quick, man. God damn, shawty. We have 3, 6, 9, 11 fights on the card. We have the names like Davis Roach in the main event. Valenzuela Russell. Fuelo Martin. That's 3 championship fights right there. Tellis against Julian Williams. Jared Hurd against Joan Gonzalez. Gio Lopez against Grimardi Machuca. Gangalesi against Gerard Tennant. Flemings Jr. against Dervis. Whitemere against Munoz. Landon, gets a little shake at the end. Carter and Smith against Green. But it's a stacked card. I know a lot of them going to be out of sight, out of mind, but it's a stacked card. You got 3 championship fights. Got to give it that. You have the WBC super lightweight champion Alberto Puello fighting Sandro Martin. Alberto Puello is a common opponent of another fighter that's going to be fighting at the top of the main card in Gary Antoine Russell. He has a win over Antoine Russell. Okay. Sandor Martin is his opponent. You know, Sandor Martin was in there with Shakur Stevenson and some others, but primarily not Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez. And he did okay, but Puelo's gonna have to make this a fight unless Martin is coming in there to do something different. The fight is probably, you know, everybody's gonna be waiting, but apart from the main event, it's gonna be El Rayo, Jose Valenzuela against Gary Antoine Russell. This is a must see, must win for both fighters. I can't just take it away from Valenzuela because I want Gary Antoine Russell to win, but I do want to see him get a belt, man. He's coming off one title shot loss against Puelo, and now he gets Valenzuela. I really hope the team has put together a solid game plan because we know Gary Antoine Russell can box. We know he can fight. We know he's tough. And he, you know, at one point in time in the amateurs, he was down there beating up Ennis. And then we have the main event, Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach, man. You already know. People sleeping on this fight. But I think it's going to be very entertaining while his eyelids are open. Okay? I see Lamont Roach going out quicker than freaking Frank Martin. That's just me. From what I've seen with the Hector Luis Garcia fight, that's just me. I may be absolutely wrong. This happened before. You know what I'm saying? It happened before. It won't be the first, but yeah, that's what I see. And it's good to see Jerry Hurd back in the seat. You know what I'm saying? See him up there. But I just wanted to drop that card off for you. You know what I'm saying? And let you take a peek at that. You know, fight fans, that's your fight card. You can screenshot that. That's straight from BoxRec, homie. Pro bono. You know what I'm saying? At your doorstep. You don't know? You know, that's your fight card right there for this weekend. Okay, the full layout. I'm glad I was able to help you. Now let's get to the audio. We're going to get right to the audio because people been talking about who's hating this. Listen, y'all need to shut the hell up. Because just last 2024, it was nothing but hating on Shakur, hating on Shakur. I'm not hating on him. But last 2024, y'all was hating on him when he had his last fight with Artem. And matter of fact, let me go up here and hold on. Let me see, where is it? Damn, I got all these heavyweights up here on BoxRec. I got to get this. I think it was September. So when he fought Artem, July. Okay, July. Man, he was getting crap from Edwin De Los Santos from November 2023 all the way to July 2024, and then after that into the final semesters of 2024, man, y'all was still on Shakur Stevenson. So all of a sudden, y'all trying to do some rebound love and treat him with respect because Schofield's pulled out on him. And then now they want to show favoritism and say, let's go at Shakur. You did what you supposed to. He dropped out of the fight like you said. You was on point. So, you know, first of all, I know you probably heard me shitting on you a lot. So once we get the hazmat team to come over here and quarantine the area, because there was a lot of shit I was getting on you. They got spread down and disinfected. And I'm gonna be right back as your fan, Shakur. No doubt about it. I mean, they were shitting on Shakur every chance they get. So much to the fact Shakur was up here to my F the fans. I don't need y'all. But this right here, with seconds out, I would say point blank, this is one of his better interviews because we learned some things. We learned that Shakur messed up both of his hands in there with the electrician. And also, he got some issues, man. He got some issues if he's planning on staying in the sport for a longer time, man. But one thing I can respect about Shakur, here in this interview, you know, it made me feel some type of way because he's sitting up there, big ass balloon, bruised hand, and he's letting the world know, yeah, I fucked up both of my hands. And then, you know, he explains this, that, and the other. I respected that. Let's get down to what he had to say with seconds out.
This thing that you mentioned with your hands, obviously Floyd had that issue throughout his whole almost entire career, made him change styles even, took a lot of the kind of criticism that people are putting your way now. Have you had a conversation with him about what it's like to have issues with your hands with the level of skill that you have and the ability to get knockouts, but knowing that that's an issue?
Yeah, I had a conversation with him a long time ago, but I think we need to revisit the conversation, and also not only revisit the conversation, I need to get more in detail, more in depth about everything that he done with his hands that helped him prevail through all of the nonsense that he had to deal with coming up. So I'm definitely going to call him probably when I get back and settle down a little bit more, but I'm going to call him and ask him exactly what he did, what I need to do, how do I help myself, how do I save my career. Because truthfully, I'm telling you, none of these guys is on my level. Like, I knew last night when I was in there with my defense, with my punch placement, with me being able to sit in the pocket, stand there and make guys miss, nobody is on my level when it comes to boxing. But my biggest downfall have been my hands. So with that being said, I do want to go ask him and ask other champions like Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, anybody that, dealt with this, how to get better from it.
You say that nobody else is on your level, nobody can outskill you. The fighters that are in your division, give or take a division, are all in need of the kind of challenge to define what you just said. They all would say the same thing. I don't want to make this interview necessarily about other fighters, but it's hard to hear that and then be like, well, okay, which one of your contemporaries have you had an opportunity to prove that against? The name that obviously is going to always come up until that fight happens, no matter how tired we are of saying it or you are of hearing it, is going to be Tank, right? He's a knockout artist. This is what you said last night. And you're a technical fighter. So how do you best a knockout artist if you're a technical fighter and you are conscious that, you have this hand issue, that this guy is going to be a pressure coming after you? Like, I know for a fact you must have thought about this matchup over and over in your head.
I'm going to try to, not go into detail about the fight, but to speak as, the pressure fighter and him knowing, my hand issues, I'm going to, be real with you when it comes down to Tank. Tank is not a real pressure fighter. He's not like a guy that's going to throw a million punches around. He's not a guy that's going to...
Tank is not a pressure fighter. I get it. When he's walking you down, it doesn't seem like it's any pressure because he might have his hands down by his waist. Or people just can't remember when he was pressuring. That might be why. Because I've seen Tank pressure fighters. They might not remember.
Make it that kind of fight. He's a boxer first, boxer puncher. So I don't look at it like I gotta worry about the pressure or anything else. Yes, when we do fight, I want to have my hands fully prepared and ready to go. So like I said, I'm going to get on it ASAP and make sure that it's on point and everything is good when we do settle our difference in the ring. But
you see that? Shakur is admitting that he injured both hands in the fight, and he's going to seek advice from Floyd Mayweather, which is a great move, to take this serious now. Now that he's at a point in his career where the big fights are there, but the big fights are not going to be signed with his name on the contract if his hands are messed up, because they're going to look at it like, now you sign this contract whether your hands mess up during training or not, you still showing up to the fight. So if you injure your hand during the fight, bro, you need to still fight to get paid. We're not trying to waste all this money on promo and you injure your hand in sparring. You injure your hand in sparring, you got to go in there with one hand, no hands or whatever. You got to use your motherfucking, you got a shadow box. You got to bring your shadow and say, hey, can you step in for me tonight? I don't know if the commission approved that shit, but you got to find out something. They're going to put that in the contract. But I'm glad he's trying to get with Floyd Mayweather just to say, you had plenty of hand problems. What was your procedures? What did you have to pay for? That's all. get that help, that much needed advice, and get the treatment started. Because you're going to need every bit of your both hands in there with Tank. And I don't think you getting treatment is going to do it against Tank. For real, even if you try to box him, he knowing you got bad hands, he's going to stay right there and take those punches, just so he can find out, how to turn the switch on to the power company and say, oh, that's where it's at, and yank that bitch out your wall,
I'm telling you, when it comes to boxing, I am the best fighter in the world. When it comes to being in front of a guy, you got to ask him the question of how is he going to hit me? How is he going to land these punches on me that I done seen him throw a million times? I done watched how many fucking Gervonta Davis fights. I done seen this shit. I done been in the ring with him before. I know who he's watching to get ready for fights. I guarantee you Gervonta is watching Floyd. Guarantee you. That's one of the main guys he's gonna sit there and he's gonna watch. So, bro, I know a lot of things, bro. My brain works so differently. I'm not even gonna go into too much detail on the fight, but once again, I can't wait for it to happen.
We've seen your promoter hat. We've seen your fighter hat. Now, what about your matchmaking hat and your business side? Because it's got to be frustrating to want to prove the things that you have just said. A lot of people would agree with you. Some people would disagree, but you have to prove it. How do you make these fights happen? How do you get Tank in the ring? How do you get an opportunity to prove this against the other top in your division?
Here's the thing, and a lot of people don't want to hear this, but it's the truth. I'm a man. I believe in a higher power. I believe in God. I don't worry about the things that's like not in my control. If it's not,
he's not worrying about the things that's not in his control. Why? Because we tell you all the time, Jay Prince is his manager. Man, he has people to work with him to make those deals happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all asking these fighters to give you a confirmation on something that they cannot even start the logistics on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they can't be on the conference call, but man, it's a time and a place where certain people want these fights to happen.
Not in my control. I can't do nothing about it. I done told y'all numerous of times that Tank is the A side. I would love to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. I would love for that fight to happen. I can't do nothing else but that. That's all that I can do. Turkey is the guy. He said he wants to make the fight happen. Tank says he needs 15 Ferraris. I'm just telling y'all what's going on there. If he reaches out to me and says he wants to get the fight, I'm willing to negotiate and see if we can come to an agreement and make that fight happen. But truthfully, I can't worry about nothing outside of my control. I don't know what else that I can do besides let y'all know that I want to fight. I'm not about to just scream and do all that clout chasing shit. I'm not into that. Like I'm good. I don't need him. I make a lot of money when I fight. I'm good, but I would love for that fight to happen. So it's all on him.
What's your experience been like with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom? A British promoter for the first time. It's got to be a lot of new. What's it like?
I think Eddie the truth. I think a lot of people as in like even with me and even with like any guys that's the best at what they do, it comes with a lot of hate. I think a lot of people hate Eddie just because lose. No,
this door. It's your analyst hat. They called this the best fight card in history. Probably the best.
Hold on for a second.
Just understand things a lot more.
Disputed heavyweight champion is in that age ring, or is there just no way around it? That's just part of what it is.
Good, I could tell that I was in way better shape than him, and honestly,
I wanted to get to this part because he's talking about his performance with Padley. I just went to the hands first to get it out the way, but now he's basically conversing about his thoughts of how he felt in there and everything. And also, I'm going to let you hear what Padley had to say about being in there with Shakur.
Anybody that would have got in front of me, I would have been in better shape too. So
I gotta tell you, the way you just described your thought process while sparring sounds like something an undisputed champion at 40 would tell me about. Just one more fight, just one more belt, one more defense. That's the mentality that makes it hard to walk away. But we'll see in 10 years if we're still sitting here having, because I will remember. I will bring this up.
Let me go back on that.
I just told myself this week I just want to have fun. Like, I don't want to.
Not loving the press. You can't seem a little bit on edge. You don't really want to be doing it. I didn't get that sense from you this time out. Even from the Ring Magazine Awards, when I saw you, I was like, oh, it feels like you're starting to enjoy it, step into this thing, and be a little bit more comfortable and relaxed. Is that true? If so, why? What's made the difference?
Maturity. I think that I'm getting older and I'm starting to just understand things a lot more. I just told myself this week I just want to have fun. Like, I don't want to put no pressure on myself. I don't want to go out there and look for a knockout. I don't want to feed into the fans and all the other people that's talking a lot of shit about me. This time around, I just told myself I want to have as much fun as possible. Even when I'm doing my interviews and talking to people, just to enjoy the moment, because 10 years from now, I'm probably not going to be doing this. And then if I'm not doing this, I'm probably going to miss it and wish that I probably would have done things differently and all that type of stuff. So now I just kind of want to enjoy all the moments.
For a talent like yours and a style like yourself, which is preservation, you have a great deal of defensive skills and you have the ability to get the knockout. I believe that power and the punch will even increase as you get older and more mature.
And what it do, Rachel? Shout out to Rachel Donaire, Queen in the building.
A fighter as young as you, it's pretty short. Especially, you should still be fresh after 10 years if you maintain this kind of style. Why 10 years? What's the cap there?
I'm 27, so 10 years I'll be 37.
Yeah.
It's boxing, like
the undisputed heavyweight champion is in that age range.
That's true, but in this situation for me, I've been boxing since I was 5 years old. 8 years old, I had my first fight. Since 5, I've been actively in the sport of boxing every day, over and over, training. I'm pretty sure by the time I'm 37, my body is going to be done up, like from training camp after training camp. It's not easy. It's not.
And this right here is going to be a moment where I extract and elucidate for you, just give you further clarification, that Shakur Stevenson said this after his fight, but I pulled up a receipt that I knew I had based off his own words, and listen to his own words in 2025.
The easy thing. So even this training camp, it was a hard, grueling training camp, and the training camp was way harder than the fight.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because Roy Jones famously told me that it's not the fights that break the fighter down, it's the sparring and the training to get prepared for the fights that put all the wear and tear on the fighter. For you, knowing that, saying that at this young age, having the experience that you've had since you were a child, do you curtail your training so that you're not doing a ton of round sparring, or is there just no way around it? That's just part of what it has to be.
Just, prepared to the point where I'm like not wasting so much energy in training camp, and but honestly, it'd be making the fights easy. Like,
we'll remember. I will bring this up.
Yeah,
Just one more belt, one more defense. That's the mentality that makes it hard to walk away. But we'll see.
My conditioning, I was so good. Like, I could tell that I was in way better shape than him. And honestly, anybody that would have got in front of me, I would have been in better shape too. So
I gotta tell you, the way you just described your thought process while sparring sounds like something an undisputed champion at 40 would tell me about. Just one more fight, just one more belt, one more defense. That's the mentality that makes it hard to walk away. But we'll see in 10 years if we're still sitting here having this, because I will remember. I will bring this up.
Yeah, like I said, I always told myself, once I stop having fun with it, I'm done with it. And if I don't have no more
listen, please.
fun, and I'm telling you, I'm going to get this up. Like, I love the sport of boxing, but there's plenty of ways to love the sport of boxing. I got a lot of young talents coming up behind me, with my little cousin, Zaquin Moses. I got the future of boxing, Emmanuel Chance. A lot of people don't know him yet, but they're going to get to know him. So,
okay.
My love for the sport grows so deep that, honestly, even when I'm done with this, I'm going to enjoy just working with them and evolving their game so they can be better than me.
You already got your promoter hat on. Okay, we got multiple.
So you heard what Shakur said about getting out the sport, working the game so they can be better than him. So what I did was pretty much, I knew I had a recall. I had it in the archive somewhere of him pretty much saying the same thing. I don't know if that's something he's been rehearsing or something that he truly feels. I believe it's something he truly feels, because he may seem like a part of his boxing future is bleak right now. You know, the headlights are a bit dim because you just can't run through a hand injury. The hand has such small, very precious bones. And if you're punching somebody in the head, then yes, it becomes an issue on how long they're going to sustain themselves until you in there in a fight and you just can't get it done. You know what I'm saying? This is one of Shakur Stevenson. Hurry up. I'm gonna say that until after the one I'm looking for. Just hold on. I thought I had lifted it, but I remember him saying it, and I said, I got that tweet. I sure do. I have that tweet. And what I need to do is consolidate all my tweets. And that would be much more easier for me to navigate and when I start to go fishing for these tweets. But I'm almost there. I know where I seen it. But if you're in the building, can you do me a favor and hit the button if you feel the need to support the channel? I appreciate it as always. And if you know, the Cash App, it's not there right now, but you know, if you donate to the Cash App, starting off with a minimal, since Rachel in here, a minimal of, because the numbers just went up. If Rachel donate in there, how much they be traveling, we're talking about at least 102,000. You know what I'm saying? Minimal. You know what I'm saying? To basically level change. So whenever affluency steps into the building, I have to increase the numbers. Okay? That's how I see it. Come on, where did that shit go, man? Come on, man. That's so easy. I went to it so easy the first time. So easy. But I really need this too. I really need to show you that some of us really be keeping these goddamn shits in archives, man, for these fighters, because they're going to come back to it. Damn. Let me let that marinate on you right quick. That's an old tweet from Shakur Stevenson. Let me marinate while I'm trying to find his other tweet that really is important to what he said. Lastly, with seconds out. I know it can't be that far. Shakur probably snatched that from me, man. Time I put it on the thumbnail, Shakur snatched that shit up, man. The YouTubers. I don't want to grab you with that. I'll leave that to another time, Shakur. Let me see. Bear with me. Damn, I can't believe I misplaced that. I just saw you, man. I just saw your tweet and I grabbed it and put it on the goddamn thumbnail, man. Jeez Christ. Anyway, I'm just gonna show him what's on the thumbnail, man, because I want to show it solo. But let me go back up here to the thumbnail and show you what I'm talking about, okay? Check this out. It say, I'm officially retiring from the sport of boxing. I'll be in the gym forever, perfecting my craft and helping the next generation become great and chase their dreams. But I ain't for this weak boxing game. This is when he retired, y'all. This is a while ago when Shakur dropped this tweet. He dropped this tweet and said he'll be doing the exact same thing he's going to do when he get out the sport in about 10 years. But in order for him to get, out the sport in 10 years, he got to get some big paychecks. He got to get some paper. And I believe that there's fighters over there. In my opinion, there are some desperation. There are some fighters over here just smiling and grinning, cheesing and grinning, trying to be in the good graces. And it's just crazy because, for real, some of these fighters are treating, they treating Turkey out of sheep better than they treat their own citizens over here in America. Shoot. I guess because Turkey got the money, he got the goddamn spread, he got the damn living quarters, flights. Hey, I guess you got to be nice. But, Shakur said, I'm officially retiring from the sport. He want to go in the gym forever perfecting my craft. So I don't know what's his mindset with Shakur. I know it's probably frustrating about his hands and all that. And I hope his hands get better for real. Shakur said, nobody understands the sacrifice and discipline it takes to be an elite fighter. If you my family, just understand this is not easy. But I'm going to do whatever it takes to become one of the greatest. Just stand by me tough through this. I like that tweet right there. It says, stand through me. Stand with me. It's going to be a tough time. I need your help. You know what I'm saying? I need your help, support to get me through this. Your boxing is tough. But this was some of Shakur Stevenson's old tweets. And right now, I believe he had a point where he's going to need that support. You know what I'm saying? He's going to need that support. I'm going to talk about that later. But let me keep going and see what else they has to say about Paddy.
Facets of the game here. You talk about, just loving the sport and dedicating yourself to it. I saw an interview with Padley afterwards. Obviously disappointed that he got stopped, but you got to respect that man's mettle. He said in the interview, like, man, you hit hard. Shakur was hitting to the body. I would have liked to have not gone down from a body shot, but I couldn't stop it.
So we're gonna get to Paddy. Because he's saying, Paddy say he hit hard, hit to the body. Yes, he explains the body shots. You know what I'm saying? He explained the body shots on why he went down. Obviously, one for lack of condition. But he gave Shakur a compliment. He said Shakur is very accurate with his shots. He said he is very accurate with his punches.
He showed all kind of respect, but at the same time, he fought damn hard to have just got off his day job.
Yeah, you know what? When I went out there, he kind of surprised me because I really didn't expect him to be as patient as he was. And he kind of was like trying to draw me in. So I had to take the bait because if I didn't, it would have been like a really boring fight. Because with him sitting back trying to outbox me and then I'm be sitting back trying to outbox him, it would have just ended up, the fans would have been like, oh, you had trouble with this guy and it was boring, it wasn't entertaining. But I knew that I had to step on the gas and make it more so. I ain't gonna say it was the brawl of the century, but I made it more exciting because I had to put my hands together at times.
Now, I want to thank you for that because I'm one of the people who has been gone 12 rounds and have been
opponent in front of me that I felt like I had to outbox, and if it had to be a chess match that night, then it probably would have. But with this guy, I just didn't feel like it had to be a chess match. So only way it was.
No, it couldn't have been a chess match. It had to be something that was more upbeat, high speed. You know what I'm saying? And you just couldn't let him dictate anything. You really had to be the one who come out there and, you know, give us an entertaining fight. You know, that's what we wanted you to do, Shakur. That's all. We wanted you to do something different. You know, not saying, you know, Shakur needs to understand he had a point right now where he has to dictate the pace. If you're gonna select to be a counterpuncher, you have to dictate the pace if your opponent is not willing to engage because you are an accurate puncher. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that. You just can't say, well, they didn't want to fight. They didn't want to fight. No, you got to go make them fight, man. You got to go punch them in the face and make it happen. Let me let you listen to what Paddy the Punisher had to say. Okay? This is IFL TV, and the other video was Seconds Out. Shout out to Second Out. There was that was their audio, and here IFL TV with Paddy the Punisher post fight.
It is the morning after.
And I wanted to show this, not to take any shots at nothing, but I wanted to show you Paddy face. That's how he looked after the fight. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it looked like he's ready to go to a photo shoot. Let's go.
Riyadh, tonight to be joined by Josh Padley. I mean, I know I spoke to you the other day, but just this last few days for yourself, it just must have been like, I don't know, where your head's been. Like, just give us a summary.
So somebody early in my last live stream said that Turkey paid off his house. He's going to talk about that situation. And that's why I always, you know, try to dig and take the excavators out and dig a little bit to see what the truth is, because not all of it's truth.
Whirlwind on it. I haven't really had time to sit and reflect on it because it's been one thing after another. Now it's all said and done. I'm sure over the next couple of days I'll sit back and reflect and think. Obviously, I've just gone through that, but yeah, no regrets from it, and I've enjoyed it all. Shame, obviously, I couldn't pull it off because that would have been quite the upset and statement. But like I said, no regrets, and I'm glad I rolled the dice on it.
Let's talk about the fight. Obviously,
he said he's glad he rolled the dice, and that he did.
Yeah, you took it to the 9th round, and then you can see kind of what was happening. Obviously, a couple of knockdowns in that round, and he was starting to get to you at that point.
Yeah, it were just body shots. There were no conditioning there. On 4 days' notice, you ain't gonna have done your abs and stuff that you normally do for your 8 or your 10 or your 12 weeks. Saying that, obviously, no taking it away from Schofield. Obviously, pound for pound, 3 weeks.
He pretty much saying he had no core strength. He wasn't, you know, on that short notice, he wasn't able to get the core correct to right. So, you know, he has a point there when it comes to the body shots, you know, starting to punish him.
Great world champion. It might have even been a case that 8 weeks of abs might have not done anything, but like I say again, I'm glad I did it, and I'm gutted. Obviously, I didn't get the win, but glad I come and did it.
How do you assess Shakur's power? Someone who's been in there, like I said, you've done those rounds with him now. How do you assess his power?
The shots weren't like hurting, and like where someone actually digs one in and bruises your ribs. They were just taking the wind out every time. And then like the headshots and stuff, they weren't ever dazing me and stuff like that. It was just literally like I'll get winded every single time. But again, his punch accuracy is perfect. He was finding the shots, and even in times when I thought I'd have been able to counter his jab and stuff, he was just out of range, and then he was back in range and stuff like that. So yeah, world class fighter, isn't he?
On that last knockdown, you seemed really frustrated. You banged your hands to the canvas. What was going on in your head at that point?
It was because the shots, like I say, the shots weren't. After about 5 seconds, I were all right again. I could get the air back in, but every time it hit me in my stomach, or whatever, it was just taking everything I had in me out. So frustrated that the fact that why is this putting me down? Obviously, I don't want to go down. That's the first time I've ever been down in all my amateur and pro career.
That's the first time he's been down in the amateur and pro career, y'all. I was unaware of that until now. I was unaware of it. But now he says that's the first time. So now I understand why he was beating up the canvas, why he was mad and upset.
31 amateur and 15 pro, I've never been on canvas. Even in all my spars and everything, never ever been on canvas. So it were a tough pill to swallow, and like I say, I was frustrated that I was down there on body shots that I felt like that shouldn't have put me down. Do you know what I mean? Because there were no pain afterwards. It was just the instant when he was punching me and knocking wind out of me.
You really announced yourself on the scene when you had that win over Chamberlain. I do feel like, obviously, from your performance yesterday, that you will get opportunities again here in Saudi or on the Saudi cards, whether that be at home, back in the UK. So for that reason, I think you've put yourself kind of in the mix of getting called up for fights and other fights being matched when obviously you've got the sufficient time to prepare.
Yeah, the beauty about this, obviously, it's now put me in a position that I'll be able to either go part-time or even full-time. So that when that opportunity does come calling, I'll be in a lot better position, not rolling off a building site. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm obviously grateful for that. Obviously, Turkey Al Sheikh made that happen for me. We'll see what's coming, but like I say, the future is bright.
So what's the situation with you now? Obviously, you're going to be going home soon. Are you going back to work? Does that carry on for you?
I'd hope not. I think I've obviously put myself in, like I say, in a position there now where I can become a full-time athlete.
Paddy said no. I'm not going back to work, man. Did you see what I just did for 9 rounds? Turkey Al Sheikh paid me well. I'm not going back there. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to see how my vacation goes. You know, pay off some bills and see what the dang remaining balance look like, the RB. Yeah, so, no, I'm not going back on no poles. I'm goddamn going to the gym if I can, try to get me another fight over here in Saudi.
I think we're going to get another fight booked in. We've got something, sort of discussions, getting something booked in within the next couple of months or whatever, or the next 5 months or something. But now that I'm in that position to be full-time, obviously the next time you see me out will be a lot better version of Josh Padley.
So, in summary, you're hoping not to go back to work, really?
Yeah, hoping not to go back to work. Hopefully that now I can fully dedicate my life to obviously boxing. Before, obviously, last 15 years of obviously my life evolved around boxing, but like anything, obviously work has to come first, obviously to pay the bills, etc., etc. But now I'll be in a position where I can fully focus on it, and that can take priority over work and stuff like that.
And that was touched on during the week, and you spoke to myself and other media outlets. And I don't think people kind of realise that it's not just yourself, Josh. There's a lot of professional boxers out there that if you're not fighting for a certain kind of purse or at a certain level of even British title upwards regularly 3-4 times a year, like, people have jobs like this. You're not the first one. There's a lot of fighters that still look at Maxie Hughes, like that was well documented, that Maxie Hughes was going back to work. But this isn't like an unknown thing, is it?
No, I mean, when people think professional athletes and stuff like that, obviously everyone assumes loads of money, obviously loads of sponsors, endorsements, all that sort of thing, but boxing's a little bit different. On them small all shows, unless you're a massive ticket seller or massive sponsors backing and stuff like that, you don't get that opportunity, and a lot of lads do work and have to obviously come up the hard way, and obviously I'm one of them lads. Again, fortunately enough, I think I put myself in a position now that I'll be able to step back from that and fully focus on boxing, so I'm grateful for that.
Now, during the week when you arrived there was some, I don't know if you saw, but there was some like stories going around, yeah, and you don't have to comment on them, right? But there was like some comments from Hearn.
Now, listen to these stories, okay, brought to you from WCS. I just thought I should do a late nighter to clear up some rumor mill. You know, sometimes they're airborne over here in the YTC. You got to be careful because they'll give you an allergy.
Eddie Hearn, what he said about you got whatever your purse was, but then you got bought a house, right? Did you see that?
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah. Now, what I think Eddie was trying to say is, from the purse that I'd get, I'd be able to buy a house, and everybody ran with it and saying that I'm getting a house. I had some of my family members saying, "What house you getting?"
I had this conversation with a couple of people yesterday, yeah, but generally people in boxing, and I was going, "Nah, he got bought a house." I went, "No," and I spoke to Hearn about it, and Hearn said no, because Hearn's thing's always like he wants fighters to be able to pay off a mortgage or go and buy a house, and then look, this is what boxing got me, and I know that was what Hearn meant, but then people were going, "Nah, Turkey's bought him a house," right?
No, yeah, I seen it as well, and I was like, "Oh, news to me." I wonder what house I'm getting, but no, like you say, in a position now that I can look after my future and stuff like that. I'm grateful for that. That'll set me back up for being a full-time athlete.
You had some support that come over.
So those of you that were saying that Turkey paid off his house, no, the man is looking to get a house. I'm not sure what the wager was when it comes to his purse, but I'm happy to know that his life has changed. That's great. I like to hear that. You know, I even like to know, you know, when it comes to Shakur, with all the people who's behind him and supporting him, I'm glad that his pay might go up, because when you're talking about coming out scot-free off this fight week, it's nothing you can blame Shakur from. You can't blame him for a boring ass fight, but you do have some people out here, and I've screenshot a lot of memes. I just refuse to put them up because I'm like, I'll be adding to the problem, and that's not where I'm trying to go. I didn't think he had a boring fight. I just felt like him going 9 rounds with a Padley was something that I didn't think he should be able to do, but I can't say it wasn't for the lack of effort. He put the effort in. He couldn't get it done. But he did start to beat him up to the body. So if you folding people up like wet envelopes and you trying to get them up out of there and it's getting near the end of the round, okay, definitely. You going back to the body to crush those ribs. It's not conditioned. To crush those abdominals, not conditioned. Either way, you got to get it. It's legal. So that's what he did. But yeah, Turk didn't buy this man a house.
Treasure those people, because they're the ones that come over at short notice and, you know, come to support you, because they're the ones that probably follow you all around the country and all around the world.
Yeah, some of them have obviously been from when we did like working men's clubs back in amateurs. So they've been all over, and then obviously went to Wembley, and then we still talk about that now, obviously saying how can it get any bigger than that. As soon as I'd booked my flights as soon as Matchroom would book my flights at 1 o'clock on Wednesday, they were all booking them an hour later to arrive. I think about 15 of them come out, and I could hear them in there. Do you know what I mean? So appreciate them more than anyone.
All right. Just the last one, obviously, from your situation and like Schofield, Stevenson. I mean, I don't suppose you would have ever guessed that there was a bigger storyline in terms of the co-main event, like a replacement with Bakole. I mean, I thought your story was mad. Bakole, at 2 days' notice, coming off a beat off in Congo to come and fight Parker last night. It's just insane the whole week.
Yeah, no, he come and topped my short day notice, didn't he? But yeah, crazy week. Everyone, obviously, all the fights come off, and it were an amazing night. Won it, some major fights on there. Callum Smith, Boatse. Well, what a fight that was.
And that was Joshua. Josh Padley, good guy. He's earned a lot more fans he had prior to stepping in on short notice. A lot more notoriety, and his 2025 just changed just from him going 9 rounds with Shakur. His 2025 has changed, man. I'm pretty sure Turkey Al-Sheikh is going to put the pen to paper and reschedule this guy. You know what I'm saying? Soon enough. They're going to put him back out there. A lot of people are giving Padley the credit for going in there trying. You know what I'm saying? Trying. Not being scared. A lot of cats will be afraid of Shakur, you know, pretty much with his punctuality, his timing, his quickness. You know what I'm saying? How crafty he is with setting up his punch placement. He said he was pretty accurate. Paddy said Shakur was pretty accurate with his punches. You know? Shout out to everybody in the chat. What's good? I can't stop the Shakur haters. this in the chat, but I didn't think he was boring. I just think the things he was doing, the results was not what the fans was looking for. And if you're going to criticize him in between fights that he isn't a power puncher, why do you expect him to go into the fight and land 2 punches and think the fight is supposed to drop? It's not happening. It's not happening. I'm just being absolute clear. Let's get to Shakur though. Okay? Shakur is mentioned about his hands. I tried my best to take a photo of this when he was out on an interview with Seconds Out. This hand right here is very swole. The picture didn't do it any justice because of where I extracted it from. But his right hand is very swole, and you can see where the surgery was actually performed. Now, what's good information is that he's going to talk with Floyd for advice. He said when he get back settled in, he's going to talk to Floyd. And he's going to find out, what rehabilitation or what treatment services that Floyd can lead him to, because Floyd had to get hand treatments too, and they used to film him. They used to record him, and yeah, he used to get routine hand massages, treatments. I don't know if they gave him shots or whatever, but he definitely had to get some hand treatment because he used to put it on camera. So Shakur, he speaks about like having only so much time left in the sport and what he wants to do when he get out. Well, definitely when you get out, you want to have enough money to be comfortable so you don't have to come back to the sport. And within that time, you got to make some $1 million paychecks, not $8 million, and then everything get chopped up in tax. You got to get them checks where you bringing home $1 million or $2 million. So it really starts to affect the numbers in the account before you get out. But him, Shakur, I don't know if he's going to have that full-blown opportunity with his hands being swole the way they look. You know what I'm saying? His hands were swole. That is not a good look, my friend. That is not a good look at all, bro. I wish him a quick recovery. I'll take that back. Not a quick recovery. I wish him good on getting that treatment from Floyd. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want Shakur to do. Get that treatment from Floyd, and that's where I'm gonna keep it. Get the treatment from Floyd, and you should be good to go. If you're in the chat, can you do me a favor, hit that button? Support or not, hit the button for me, please. It doesn't take that much desired energy. And if you're getting exhausted by pushing that button, I suggest you go see a doctor ASAP. I suggest you go see a doctor. But check this out. I'm about to show you oh man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. What they doing? I want to show you this next thumbnail. Okay. So you know this guy right here. Martin Bakole came in as I'm talking about a final destination, last minute replacement, all late. No way your body was gonna recover from that flight. Martin Bakole came in here and made a cool half. I don't know what he got paid. I heard he got paid several $100,000 to go in here and get knocked out in the second round. He wasn't in the shape. I got to give him that. But what Turki Al-Sheikh is doing, and I think it's all fair, is that he's bringing him back for his fight in May. That means he's about to get another check in 2025. And goddamn it, the check he wasn't expecting is just like the knockdown. It too shall pass. Because a lot of fans are giving him the courtesy of saying, man, you came in here on short notice. Okay, we wouldn't expect you to fight through that jet lag. You was in there with the real one. You was in there with Joseph Parker, bro. He got one of the best resumes in the heavyweight division. He hit you on top of your head, and goddamn, hey, that's how them sledgehammer feels if they coming from New Zealand. But he's giving him another paycheck to come back in May. So I hope and pray that shot that Joseph Parker delivered on top of his cranial cap then cause him to have some wiring issues moving forward. I think he'll be okay though. I saw him playing with his kid and everything. But shout out to Bakole. He's a Congo beast. You try to take it, but that jet lag. I knew you was probably feeling sluggish as hell, bro. But you'll get back on track though. And I'm glad Turki being fair, because I don't think it was US promoters over here would have did some shit like that. Bakole would have got knocked out. They would have put him on the shelf, bro. You asked me to come up here. And look, Bakole said he turned down the fight. Bakole said he had said no to the fight, bro. And then I guess they offered him a certain amount of money. He showed up. He had said no to the fight because he knew his ass wasn't shape. You know what I'm saying? Darren said Shakur can't retire because, you know, Lil J probably got him in one of them Scarface contracts. Man, y'all tripping, man. Come on, man. That man probably got one more fight left and he good. Free agent. Everybody's cleared out. Shout out to GMT Sports, man. It's a lot of people I haven't seen over here. Whoever you may be, I do check your channels out. I'm just letting you know, just to see who you are. That's all. Nothing too technical. Nothing too technical. I just want to see, you know, are you a real content creator or not? But shout out to Mag Life, Mag 7 Life. So Mag 7 Life said that he never seen, you know, so many excuses. And I can understand where people are lining Shakur up with that. Because it's not like he haven't given excuses. He has given excuses. But in this fight, he didn't have to give any excuses because he looked decent. You know what I'm saying? He got the dude up out of there. But come to find out, he hurt his two hands again. So, you know, it is what it is. That hand looked bad and swollen too. That hand looked bad and swollen. I don't know how long he has left in boxing, but he need to really start thinking about maybe going to college and doing something, bro. Because with his hands like that, I don't see you moving up in weight, bro. I don't see Shakur moving up in weight. Maybe the 140. But man, you're gonna have to hit them boys hard up there. You're gonna be another Paulie Malignaggi on watch out. He says going to talk to Bud, Floyd, and Andre Ward for hand advice. No, he said he was gonna sit down for real, seriously, when he get home and talk to Floyd. He mentioned them, but he said he was gonna talk to Floyd primarily because Bud ain't had hand issues like that, and Andre Ward. But he said he was gonna take it serious now and get some advice from Floyd on his hand treatment. Blue Hustle on deck. What it do, Mike? Okay, what up, GMT Sports, man? Slick in the building. Thanks for letting me know, bro. Y'all check GMT Sports out, man. If y'all know him, you know him already. Slick 50 TV. Slick 50 TV. That's who you check out. Appreciate you pulling up, man. But Bakole, he pretty much put it out there that he said no to the fight, but yet they was kind of desperate to fill the heavyweight, slot with Joseph Parker because they wanted Joseph Parker to get paid. And but Bakole came in there and was counseled in the second round. So now we have to ask ourselves and propose this. What's next for Joseph Parker at this time, right? So should Joseph Parker go straight to Usyk? Or should Joseph Parker still get a fight with Daniel Dubois? Should Daniel Dubois face Usyk? Because Dubois had a council fight, right? So since they had a council fight, does that mean that he's still obligated to fight Joseph Parker, being that the fight was canceled? Or can Daniel Dubois say, hey, I'm the IBF champion. I want to fight for the undisputed titles against Alexander Usyk? Those are questions that definitely have to be tied down real soon. They have to be tied down like a pig going to the slaughterhouse and to become smoked bacon. Yeah, we have to get cooking on that. I'm just thinking how that little trifecta is going to work. Dubois Joshua fell out. Joseph Parker fought Bakole, knocked him out. Does he get any more steam after that? With Joseph Parker, who's never been in there and fought Alexander Usyk yet, should he get a shot? Or should a common opponent that has been in there with Usyk by the name of Daniel Dubois, should he just go straight to Usyk and then Joseph Parker get the winner? Or should Dubois and Joseph Parker fight near the end of the year? You tell me. What makes sense? What makes sense out of those three? I would think for myself, I want to see Daniel Dubois get a rematch with Usyk. Now, do I believe that he can beat Usyk? I mean, anything's happened, but I believe, while we still have a month left in February, I believe that Daniel Dubois will be eliminated. I look at the shade of his skin and I understand that he is one of us. But you ask me the question, do I believe? Lord God mighty, do I believe? And my answer is hell no, I don't believe he can beat Usyk. I say it with my heart. I'm rooting for the brother, but I don't see him taking down that giant in Alexander Usyk. That's the way I see it. I don't see Dubois going back in there redeeming himself for one body shot and quitting. I feel that Usyk knocks him out. I feel that Usyk knocks him out, bro. He's too much. Usyk's cardio fires on all cylinder. He's running off different type of petrol. Dude is different. I got mad respect for Usyk. And I'm glad I was able to meet old boy in person. You know what I'm saying? I was glad I was able to meet him in person, man. I can get some bragging rights, bro. You just don't know. The only fighter that's keeping me from not retiring that I want a picture with is Mike Tyson. That's it. I have been trying my best to get a picture with Mike Tyson, God damn it. That's who I want a picture with. But see, I don't think I ever get that picture because Mike, Mike, you gotta do something that Mike do. You gotta smoke. You gotta do something. You gotta come bearing gifts with Mike. And that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't do weed like that, man. But I want to show y'all a picture of all pictures, man. If I got it on here, I'm tripping. If I can find it on here, I'm tripping. I'm happy with myself. I ain't gonna hold you. This picture, no, this can't be it. This can't be. Hell no. Man, I got a picture that's one of my classics. No, I'm not even gonna do y'all like that because I'm gonna have to just find it and keep it moving. Yeah, because let's see. I thought when I got this picture right here, I said, you know what, I'm done. I mean, I'm done. I got it. I'm good. I'm good, yo. I think I got it though, man. Just hold up. It's getting a little tricky. I think I'm coming up on it though. I got my picture with Andre Ward. Yes, yes. Where is the ultimate though? I did not believe that this picture would be something I can obtain. I didn't think I would ever see this person to get the picture. And it's a great picture too. God damn it. I'm gonna have to look it up on my archives, man. Cause all my Crawford pics and shit is all out here, man. But the picture that I want of that particular individual, I cannot retrieve. And I might have never put it on Facebook, to be honest. Of all pics. God damn it. That shit pissed me off. Let me see. I'm gonna have to probably just get it up there another day. Because a lot of these fighters, man, just like I showed the picture earlier of my picture with Beterbiev, that to me is a classic. But my other picture, I think, is one that I didn't see coming. And it was a picture with Usyk. But it's what Usyk had on is the shit. I have to look it up and bring it up tomorrow. It's what Usyk had in. Usyk came in there looking like a goddamn vampire in that bitch. A 7 foot pound. He had on platform shoes, yo. He had a nice smooth black outfit on with a nice smooth robe on. Like it was a silk robe with a black hat rush. He was in all black. Looking like he was going to give the orders to the goddamn execution of some civilians that was out there pickpocketing. He looked like the guy that give the order to drop the blade. I'm not gonna do you like that, man. Because I know the shit is in here. But I just don't have time to go dive as much as I possibly can to get that photo. But I do have one of these classic photos, which a lot of people don't have. And you can search around. There's a lot of people don't have this photo, though. There's a lot of people don't have this photo, but I do. I have a photo of Roy Jones and James Toney in the same room. Roy Jones and James Toney in the same room. I just wanted to put that up there. Of all people. And I also had one with them facing off that night, too. But I just wanted to just put that up there because it was great. It was great to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? It was great to be a part of that. Anyway. But let me see what else I had. Didn't I have one more thing up here? No, I showed the hand or whatever. You know, that's my pick from earlier with Beterbiev. Shout out to him. But we're going to keep a close eye on Shakur's hand. To see what comes of it. Because with all the hype with Shakur, I'm gonna tell you like this: he's about to drop off the radar real quick. I'm serious. Now that his hand is hurt, it's not gonna be people talking about Tank Davis and shit like that. His hand is hurt. They're not going to be talking about Tank Davis right now because he has to be 1,000% ready to go in there and fight somebody with Tank Davis that's going to keep pressuring him. Shakur said he's not a pressure fighter, but he's going to pressure you if he know he can get them hands swelling up. He's going to pressure you, bro. He's going to pressure you. No ifs, ands, buts about that. Hold up, y'all. I'm trying my best to find this pic before I... Sometimes you see stuff all the time when you're in passing. And then when you actually pay attention to look for it, it's almost like you got to put an air tag on the goddamn thumbnail. Shit. Like you got to turn the location on the thumbnail. I know it's in the area, goddamn it. I know that. I see Richardson Hitchens out there. He want the TO smoke. He want all that. Richardson Hitchens say, send the paperwork. That's what they all say, right? Send the paperwork if they ain't the A-side. Send the paperwork. I need you to send the paperwork. I doubt that's going to happen, though. But he said send the paperwork. Yeah, I will have to get back with y'all on that because, unfortunately, dang, I can't believe I got Chris Colbert in this screenshot. I definitely got to remove him from my pictures. Chris Colbert be contaminating my goddamn archives, man. He be in here talking motherfuckers to death, and they be like trying to put him in the recycle bin. They just keep on trying to tell them old boxing stories and shit. No, nigga, shut up while you in the goddamn folder. Shut your ass up. We don't want to hear shit about your boxing skills, man. Oh, they don't improve, man. I'm coming back better. There ain't nobody beat me. Tank talking about he can't be beat. I can't either. Give me Tank. Nobody's giving you Tank, bro. Nobody's giving you Tank there. Chris Colbert. Nobody. When is Ennis fighting? Don't Ennis have a fight coming up? Don't nobody up here talk about it. Let me see where Ennis is at. We got to put him back on the goddamn burner, bro. It's time to goddamn get the fire lit, bro. When are you fighting? And don't say April. You better not say April. This mug is fighting in April. Ain't nobody talking about his fight. He's fighting Stanthionis, bro, in April. This man ain't got nobody talking about him, bro. Ennis, man, get on social media, on X, make a video, talk to the people. Be human, goddammit. Be human, Ennis. You about to have a unification bout and ain't nobody be talking about you at all. Ain't nobody be talking about you. Eponic. Talk. Before I start sounding like a nail polish technician. You sit down right here, we do your nails for free. If you got military ID. We do your mani-pedi. I mean, where is Jerron Ennis at, bro? He has an a unification coming up and hope of being undisputed at the welterweight division. And just because Tank fight is coming up, man, we gotta start talking about Ennis. Ennis, you gotta come out and do something. You gotta talk. Bro, man, you just be in hiding, man. Come on, man. Pop out and show us. Let us know what's popping, bro. Just let me know if I can stop by and get a personal interview. No, I changed my mind. Because, I would have to say, hey, Ennis, I don't want you to say the same. You said the same thing last time. When Cody Crowley was up here, you said the same thing. But I ain't come all the way up here to Philly to argue with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just want to get an interview, see how you was doing, how training camp with, what you doing different. I pretty much want you to give away the whole game plan there, Ennis. That's all. Just something simple. You know what I'm saying? Make it exciting. How do you plan on going in there and beating Stanthionis? Because there's some people out here believe Stanthionis is going to really, massage the confetti, the soft part of your chin. Or it could be the other way around. You might be giving Stantionis that work. But he's set for May 12th. Atlantic City, 12th round championship showcase for the IBF World Welterweight Champion and the WBA World Welterweight Champion. This is a 2-belt affair, y'all. This is going to be something interesting. Yes, sir. This is going to be something really nice. I wish to God that I could find my freaking God damn it, man. I really want to see that shit too. No, that's not it. Nope. Well, I will have to wait till next time for that to happen. Yep. What else was it what I was about to say? I forgot to shout out to Callum Smith for fighting a very good fight against Buatsi. Now, I wasn't a Callum Smith fan. Still isn't. But he fought a great, tough fight, man. It was warrior. Oh, my God. You know what I'm saying? It one of them, it almost gave me the Rocky vibes a little bit. How cut up he was. You know how they be having some of them fights as they going through the sequel in the Creed and Rocky movie. He looked like he can be in the movie, the way he was looking. Buatsi was just broken down, man. He broke him down with those body shots. Buatsi was freaking dropping his elbow trying to stop him. I was never a Buatsi fan. You know what I'm saying? But Callum Smith came back and he won the title. I was happy for him. Buatsi did not do enough for that fight. Hamzat Shiraz, brother, Inshallah. Man, I don't know what to tell you. It's the same reason why I dislike Callum Smith, the same reason I dislike you. I still remember he just had that title, the WBA title, and he did nothing against Canelo to defend it. You know what I'm saying? He did nothing. But you was up there, man, and you was going for a WBC title, prestigious, coveted belt. And man, you just stood up there like a freaking statue with 2 gloves on your hand, bro. Like, man, will you represent warriors, boxing, full contact, sweet science? Because, man, the defense that Adames, if you listen, superb defense on the entry, bro. He was moving back and forth, catching you, trying to give angles. Yes, he was out of range, some of those, but clearly he was using a whole lot of movement just to get you where he wanted you to be. Shout out to Carlos Adames. I really underestimated you, fella. I underestimated you. So I have to give you a slight apology for something you didn't know. Now, moving on. Rest in peace, Greg Haugen. Former 3-time belt holder, dies at 64. Oh, 64. God damn. I'm gonna save this for a different live because I gotta pull out my Cordell Booker pictures. You know I'm doing it. I'm gonna pull out my Cordell Booker picture on their ass, boy. Yes, sir. I'm gonna pull out my Cordell Booker picture when I was out on the regional circuit, knowing covering Cordell fights when he was on the regional circuit before people even know him before he got a big shot. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad Cordell Booker gets the opportunity. You better not go out there like Erickson Lubin did. You know what I'm saying? You better go the distance with Carlos Ocampo did, or you better get the knockout there, Booker. Like Brian Mendoza, okay? All right, we ain't trying to do that. Eric Lubin looked like the Elephant Man, and you know what I'm saying, had the wrong game plan, couldn't get you. No, it's proven that he can hit the canvas. You just need a smart strategy in there. Edgar Berlanga is justifying comeback opponent. Who does he want to come back? Berlanga returns action. He returns to action March 15th against Jonathan Gonzalez Ortiz. What does he work out? He work at a Smoothie King in Puerto Rico. A 35-year-old Puerto Rican. I think every fight's deserved from person. I know what Edgar Berlanga is doing. He gave him a payday. That's all. I ain't mad at Edgar right now. Edgar's like letting people know that he's not in a rush to be great. Edgar's in it for the money. So when y'all want to start criticizing all these other fighters, criticize Edgar first next time. Because he ain't trying to be great at all. Just because you fought Canelo, man, nobody thought you was going to win that fight. Stop it. You didn't go in there trying to be great. Trying to be great is stepping up and fighting tough opposition after Canelo. You're returning back to the ring fighting a 35-year-old Puerto Rican fighter, and I know this is probably one of your boys. You just giving him a check, some airtime, and that's it. I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad at you, Edgar. Edgar said, I'm going to be a soft, super soft, wet cotton ball soft touch. They're talking about it also serves a way for Berlanga 27 to build off his last fight in the prime of his career staying active. Man, please. Please. Come on, bro. Now, for the Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben, every time I turn around, it seems like these guys are arguing amongst each other, and I really don't know. Since you have the names attached to you, shouldn't that mean the most? Why do you always have to come together and clash? Verbal clashing, out of control, rambunctious, reckless talking over and over again. Why don't y'all just strap, man? Can y'all both stay clean just to get in the ring? Huh? Can you both stay clean just to get in the ring? I mean, Conor Ben's up there trying to fight Ryan Garcia in London at the Ring Mag, and then, you know, Conor Ben went off on Eubanks. Bro, you better go in there and win this fight. 1 minute you got long hair, 1 minute you looking like you goddamn a part of an organization. It was your head don't have no hair on it, goddamn it. You know what's going on with that? Get these guys out and have them face sometime so we can get them out the way. I thought Conor Ben was trying to make a name for himself at 47. It seemed like he's just trying to, you know, put his name out there. He ain't trying to make a name by fighting anybody important. I'm done talking about that kid, though. Shout out to Jag in the building. Dubois. There's Dubois trying to say Parker was a voluntary. So he's going to Usyk. That's some BS. They keep playing Parker. Dang, man, now he's saying he was a voluntary, which to be honest with his slick, he ain't lying. That was a good voluntary too, shawty. I mean, that was a good voluntary. I ain't gonna lie, that was a good voluntary. But okay, let's talk about if boxing does boxing go by the morals and principle? Does boxing have any core values that can be basically, you know, looked at in this case? To do unto others as you will want others do unto you. Do we use this scenario when it comes to Daniel Dubois trying to give the Heisman to Joseph Parker and just say, I'm going on to fight Usyk because you was a voluntary? That is fucked up, though. That is messed up. But I'm going to tell you one thing they can't stop there, Slick. They cannot stop Joseph Parker from becoming champion. That dude, the way he looks right now, man, it's nobody beating him except Usyk. I'm waiting for Usyk to get off the belts because Joseph Parker is going to be champion again. He's already was the WBO, and he didn't do enough with Anthony Joshua to keep it. He just survived. So he's going to be champion. It's a matter of time of when He's gonna be champion. I don't know which belt it's gonna be, but goddamn it, Usyk has all of them. But goddamn well, man, Daniel Dubois, I know he should fight Joseph Parker. That's a good guy right there. Joseph Parker stayed, took the last minute replacement because Daniel got he ended up becoming ill. You know what I'm saying? Probably in there doing something he wasn't supposed to do. And his tongue started feeling funny and some shit started breaking out. So he had to goddamn break camp. But just to say Joseph Parker is a volunteer and you're gonna jettison him like that, just treat him like he ain't nothing no more. That's fucked up. See, karma. I would think Daniel Dubois would have learned from karma, bro. Once you come out of a situation where they said you quit and you gain that momentum with Jarrell Miller, Philippe Herkovic, and Anthony Joshua, you should have some goddamn tact about yourself. You say, God has blessed me with momentum right now, so I need to keep this going. But yet you're gonna pull out the trick bag on Joseph Parker and say, I'm going back. Man, Usyk gonna knock your ass out. You're gonna have people now rooting for Usyk to knock you out because you didn't give freaking Joseph Parker a chance. And they know, they love Joseph Parker as a fighter. That's why when he knocked out Bakole, man, people was like, yeah, there you go. I mean, you want to talk about a fighter that's recovered. Joseph Parker looking sharp right now. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I appreciate you, man. If you can't hit them with the pressure, it's no good, WCS. If you can't hit him, then the pressure is no good. Shakur. I don't know why you call him sleepy. One thing you won't hear, like if I don't know if I did it before, but most of the time I don't attach a girl name. You know what I'm saying? I don't attach a girl name to a dude's name. I think that's a part of the emasculation process where I totally go against, but I didn't think Shakur was sleepy in this fight. I didn't. I don't know why you keep saying that. I mean, yeah, that's your opinion based off your observation. Now, I don't know what your vision is like. I don't know if you got an acute case of glaucoma, but at the end of the day, you need to wipe your eyes 2 times and goddamn put on some focus and see what you see on the replay, bro. I thought the fight was pretty entertaining. I didn't find that sleepy about it. I'm not just saying, but I didn't think he should go 9 rounds with a guy they call electrician. Paddy the Punisher. Carlos really won that fight. I thought he was in the fight for the bag, but he fought a good fight. It showed he worked hard for that fight. Carlos. Who is Carlos? Oh, yeah, Carlos Adames. Yeah. Carlos Adames, man, looked bad. Way better than I thought he was going to look. Yeah. Man, that dude was moving his head. I said, God damn, we don't see that type of head movement. Trying to get in for a closer shot on a taller fighter. He was taking risk. He was taking risks to do that shit. And he was quick about it, too. I'm telling you, give me 1 round of moving, making all that movement, man. I'm asking for a goddamn Slurpee. I'm just being honest, man. I'm asking for a freaking hydration, Gatorade, something, man. I'm thirsty. Just show me what the cooler with the ice is. You got any Bud Light in there? Some Michelob, shit. Modelo, or something. Tank Davis crushes sleepers and Britters and Hey man, one thing I can say about February, man, I hope when March come on deck, I hope y'all brothers in the chat have a bit of a better attitude when you critiquing these black fighters, even if they have Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? I'm just disappointed. All this sleeper and Tinkerbell. Q, if the fight is so easy, when is Tinkerbell Tank? Don't send him the contract. Or can he fight 50-50? Hey, one thing about it, Blue, I can tell you this, that you got correct. When Tank hit them fighters, they do hear Tinkerbell. They hear that little soft music that you play for your kids when they 5 months, 6 months, you know what I'm saying, a year. You play them little soft music, you know what I'm saying, in their crib. You know, Tank be putting opponents out, and that's all they hear is Tinkerbell. For real. Hard punch, I am. Green eggs and ham. They be wanting you to read to them when they come to. Hey, where we at, man? Where we at? We still at the bar? No, you're not at the bar. But you might be heading down to get an examination, okay? Tank caught you, dog. You did everything. That's what Roach about to experience. He's about to hear that bell too. They're Blue. He about to hear that little bell ringing this weekend too. You know what I'm saying? And then, hey, we're gonna wake him up with some go-go music. We tell B-Mac, hey, turn the go-go music on. Wake Roach up right quick. He in DC. I know he done went to the go-go clubs. He know it. I remember listening to the Junkyard Band. I think they was go-go. Now, all I'm saying, Blue, is that, you know, the fighters have been said that when they come out from the state of relaxation, some call it nap, snoozing, sleeping, snoring, unconscious. That's what fighters have said to have happened when waking up. You know what I'm saying? Some fighters have even mentioned that they've seen the blue light that was starting to shine in on them, you know, right before they woke up. So we expect the same, bro. We expect the same from Shakur. We expect the same from Roach this weekend. But you do have resources. WCS is a resource. They're Blue and all the other fans. I have resources. I have care packages that I want to send these fighters. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. You know? I'm going to help them out this time, big dog. I'm going to help them out. You know, the veterans, I want to say it's from the U.S. Marines, and this is going to be a care package for real. Something that we would give ourselves if we was going to a field op or something. I'm going to send them some soup packs because they're going to need soup after they done fucking with Tank. They're going to need some straws because the jaw is not going to be able to come open like it did before. They're going to need some duct tape to make sure the hinges don't slip apart on their jaws and they shit lock up on them. You know, they're going to have some essential items, screws in there in case they need to put a screw just to hold it together so the bone, you know, start to work itself back together and hold that jaw in place. Besides that, man, you know, and give them some books with some words of encouragement. You know, courage doesn't stop here just from one knockout, but sleep does. I mean, come on, man. Now, I don't think Blue would have that type of consignment to pick Roach. I would say to myself, he don't like Tank that maliciously to think that Roach is going to go in there and you want him to pull off an upset. You asking him to do a lot, bro. Okay? But to close this out with Shakur, I don't think Shakur is going to be in the game for the next 8 years. I think Shakur probably has about a good 5 years left. They'll put him like 35 or something like that. I'm not sure how old, but I probably think he got like maybe 5 or 6 years left. And I'm not even sure he's going to ever move up to 147 in his career. Now, he might move up to 140 if it's an easy fight for him, you know, to try to pick up a 4th division. I know he's not leaving the sport until he picks up a 4th division. And the wild part about Shakur, I hope he doesn't. The good thing, I think he's hit his grown man, but I hope he just don't start gaining weight so he has to move from a division forcibly to 140. And that's a lot of killers up there. It's a lot of killers. Yeah, I think he just goes to a 4th division, and that'll be about it. I mean, that's already enough for Shakur as an Olympian. I mean, you can almost say sometime in the future he's going to be a Hall of Famer anyway. You know, it's not going to be difficult for him to get in. What else is out there lurking besides the haters? But hey, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. Salute to y'all for pulling up and supporting the channel. Be sure to check out I want to get his tag name right. Be sure to check out SLK50 TV. Go over there and sub to the brother. He got some hot content, man. And they be talking that boxing over there. For real. Go check him out. Show him support. But until next time, man, y'all hold it down. We're gonna you know what I'm saying, double time through this week, man. Because once again, we have to make note of this. Before I leave, we have to make note of this. That El Chin Checker will be back flipping off the top rope when Lamont Roach, I think he's going to get stumped out in probably round 6 or 7. He ain't standing around that long with Tank. You know what I'm saying? But if you want anybody to blame the conclusion, the brutality on someone, it'll be El Chin Checker. You know what I'm saying? Javante Tank Davis, you already know.